Hey everybody, MS Farzan here, and today we're playing Magic the Gathering Arena, which is of course put out by Wizards of the Coast and Digital Game Studio. It's such a great digital version of Magic the Gathering that I highly recommend checking it out and getting into it. It's totally free to play, although I've spent way too much money on it as it is, as I once did with Magic the Gathering Online. So you might find yourself spending a lot of money even though it's free to play. And what we're going to do today is just play a few different decks from Kamigawa, maybe from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This one that we're going to play first is a blue-black deck that I put together with ninjas, using the revolving around the ninjutsu mechanic. And we'll check out a few other pre-mades as well that either come with the game or that I've found online, and see if we can lose 3 games in a row, beginning with Dan the Man. Okay, let's see. This is a blue-black deck, and I obviously am starting out not great in terms of the land situation, so I'm going to mulligan, and I'm doing even worse here. So we're off to a rip-roaring start, but I'm gonna have to work with what we're working. This is just the most wonderful part about Magic and card games like it, is that the luck of the draw is a real thing. I really like Kamigawa for the ninjutsu mechanic. There's a bunch of other stuff in Kamigawa, but ninjutsu is it's a pretty neat mechanic that can get out of hand pretty quickly, depending on how you use it. It essentially requires you to return an unblocked attacker that you control to your hand, and then you can put the whatever card you have in your hand into play, attacking for its ninjutsu cost. There's some cool planeswalkers as well, like Kaito Shizuki. This one I tend to use a lot with this deck. Essence Capture. I mean, although this is a blue-black deck, it's not like the best control deck that I've come across or put together. There's some good things about it. Well, hopefully we'll be able to see some of them, even though I'm totally not doing well on my card draw. Also, I think I just bought this card cover. Gingerbread Anger. And I just played a swamp instead of the 2 islands that I needed, but whatever. Okay, so Kaito's going to come out. And at the end of my end step, if Kaito entered the battlefield this turn, he phases out. That's good for self-protection. And I'm going to put out a 1/1 blue ninja creature token, which can't be blocked, which is really helpful for ninjutsu.
I got someone on the inside who can help.
And looks like we drew Junji, the Midnight Sky. I feel like there's work to be done to create a ninjutsu / dragon deck. I haven't really looked into it. So this is Mukutai Ambusher has the ninjutsu mechanic, so you could potentially drop them in and then get 3 health from the lifelink that they have, or the Moonsnare Specialist. You can return up to 1 target creature to its owner's hand when it enters the battlefield. So we'll see what happens this next turn. So usually the ninjutsu cost would be lower than the other costs. So here's what we'll do. We'll go to combat, and then this ninja can't be blocked. So we'll attack with them. Dan the Man taking their time. And so now we'll play Moonsnare Specialist for their ninjutsu cost. I'll get rid of the ninja, but should also allow for us to return one target creature to their owner's hand, so that will return this token creature to nowhere. Not really sure what Dan the Man is trying to do, but okay, that works. At least we got them to feign to waste this card on a token creature. And then draw a card, and we attack, so we won't have to discard the card.
Now
Essence capture. Oh, I guess this Feign Death doesn't actually work with a token creature. That worked doubly for us. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking that it might make sense for us to play Junji. And then let's draw and discard. Because we're not going to attack this turn. Drop one of these essence captures. Ooh, do I want to do that, or do I want to draw up the Mukotai Ambusher? Let's drop the essence capture. Nobody's going to attack. So Silver Fur Master, which I've in some ways built this deck around, is really useful, is that it allows ninjutsu abilities that you activate to cost one less in doing so, which is pretty helpful. And also all their ninja and rogues you control get 1/1. Okay, so things have gotten pretty bad pretty quickly here. Probably could have used one of those essence captures. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Only the Master Symmetress has reach. So let's see if we can make this work. Play the Silver Fur Master. And then we're going to attack with Junji. Who has Menace. And because he has Menace, we can now bring in the Mukotai Ambusher and use Lifelink. Get Junji out of here. And we still have 2 islands to work with for essence capture. And, you know, I'm going to draw a card. I think we could benefit from that more than the ninja right now. Oh, great.
No secret I can't uncover.
Okay, so Dokuji Silencer. That's going to come in handy, so I'm actually not going to play that right now. Because if I use it with ninjutsu, I can destroy a target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So maybe that'll get me to be able to destroy the Master Symmetrist. And I also want to keep the mana for my essence capture. You can see, you can hear how my mind's working through the battle that we're working with right now. I think they're using a pre-made green-black deck. Forget the name of it. One thing, if you haven't played this at all, is that every year, based on whatever expansions come out, Arena puts out a bunch of just pre-mades that they make themselves that you can use. So like a lot of these cards have Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards. Counterpoint to that is that if you are going to buy cards or expansion packs, ooh, that doesn't look good. Oh my god. If you're going to buy expansion pack cards or whatever before they come out with the pre-mades, you're going to have to make your own decks. Ooh, trample and that's not great. That is not great. I don't want any of that. Can we sacrifice the Moon Snare Specialist? Let's do that. Oh, I didn't have to. Should learn to do math. Silver for Master. Will that give me enough mana? Yep. Okay. So do that. And then we will attack with these two. Given that he'll have to, or they will have to block. Okay. It'll bring the Silver Master out again with Ninjutsu. And now the Dokuchi Silencer is in there. And then you can like go back and forth with these ninjutsu abilities if you have enough mana. I'm going to discard a creature. Oh, do I want to discard Junji or the Silver Master? I hate to discard a flying menace dragon creature, although this Silver Master really helps with its ambient abilities. Yeah, so I'm going to discard this card, unfortunately. And that means that I will destroy the Master Centrist. And let's draw another card.
I know something you don't know.
The Modern Age is a saga, so it'll play things over 3 turns, but I'm going to keep this mana for the Essence Capture in case they have another creature they want to play. Perfect. And who do we want to play this on? Let's just do it against the Macer Specialist. I know that matters all that much right now. Okay, so I think our first move is going to be to play Junji. Obviously a mistake. But my main thing here is that I don't want the Dokuchi Silencer to get taken out, so I can't attack with it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play it safe this turn and bring out a that's pretty gnarly. I will create a ninja character and just
Our eyes are everywhere.
see if I can draw them out by playing the Moon Snare Specialist. Nice. Awesome. Okay. I was worried about nothing. Yeah, Kaito's ability. You get an emblem whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for a blue or black creature card. Put it into the battlefield. Awesome. What do they bring in? The Tenured Inkcaster. Not worried about them. Oh, and then they gave up. So great. That worked out great for me. Cool. So that was actually a pretty good battle. I really like this deck. It's rare that I make a deck myself that I am happy with. And one thing that's great about Arena is your dailies that they're just so easy to get sucked into and play, 45 minutes or an hour a day and just kill 25 of your opponent's creatures, attack with 30 creatures, or cast 20 blue or green spells. And what you do is you gain, in doing so, or when you win in one of the game modes, you can then gain XP on the Mastery Pass, the Mastery, where if you're a free player, you get the top row of things like new packs or orbs, which go towards your mastery tree. You can spend your orbs to gain special like prismatic cards or deck covers based on the expansion that's out, or you can spend real money to get the mastery pass, and then you get not only this top row but also the bottom row, which includes things like gold or gems, which are used for real money transactions. So like where's the store? So like a lot of things, like most free-to-play games, you can spend either real money or gems or gold based on what you want to get. And mostly it's like customization stuff, but certainly you can spend as much money as you want on packs as you would in a real store. So they've just done this really well, and there's never really been a time where I felt like I had to spend money, but I'm happy to tell you that I've spent all kinds of money just to get more packs, or especially with Forgotten Realms or Kamigawa. I mean, like Dungeons and Dragons and Cyberpunk basically sign me up. And then you'll customize your avatars or your deck sleeves, your card sleeves, or your any number of things. And it has a very how do you want to say, comprehensive deck builder and editor that once you spend some time with, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff in, let's say I wanted to edit this deck that we were just playing with. There are all these like levers and doohickeys if you want to search for specific cards or specific expansions or card cost or color or any number of things. And one of the best things that I've found is that if you find a deck online, like in Magic the Gathering Arena Zone, for example, that's these, a few decks that I have here. You basically just copy them to clipboard, and then you say import, and you just paste the what you've copied to the clipboard from the website, and it'll just autofill the deck for you. You might not have those cards, which is why you would spend wild cards, which is something that you gain in packs. So to create or to craft those cards for you, so you might have to spend some money if you unlock no cards, and then you download or you copy to clipboard a deck from some online website, and then you paste it. It'll create the deck for you, but it'll say like, hey, you're missing 20 of these cards, and then you'll have to either open packs to get those cards, or you can use your wild cards to craft those cards. So there, some money might be involved there, but it's pretty cool because I had a lot of the cards already, or I wanted to buy or craft the Magic the Gathering Kamigawa cards. And there's also a lot of game modes too. Like I'm just doing standard play right now for the purposes of this video, but you could do ranked, you could do historic, meaning play cards that are no longer in play. You could do events, like right now there's a bunch of different types of drafts. There's alchemy, which I haven't explored at all. If you're really into competitive play, or if you just want to do bot matches, you could absolutely do that. When you first get into the game, you'll do a bunch of bot matches to unlock the basic sets, so that you have some experience with how the game works. And that, if you've never played Magic before, that's obviously the way to start. So let's play another one, standard, and let's play a different blue-black. This is one that I downloaded. You could, the ones that you see right here are the ones that are legal to play in standard play. Otherwise, you'll have to play historic or some other version. And so this one, Control Center, is put out by Wizards of the Coast. It's a blue-black control deck that incorporates some of the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards. This is one that I downloaded from Magic the Gathering Arena Zone. It's a blue-black control deck. that also has some Forgotten Realms cards. So let's try that out and see how that does. Something that's good about dailies too is it gets you out of your comfort zone if you only play a certain color or certain cards or whatever. It'll get you to try out different combinations or different strategies to destroy certain creatures or to play a certain number of cards. So that's kind of fun. Okay, once again, I do not have the lands that I need, and I have pretty expensive cards in my deck, so I'm going to mulligan, which I hate doing. And this isn't all that much better, but we will take it. Okay, what are we going to get rid of? Maybe Contact of the Plane. I've always thought this is a kind of an expensive card. Just to draw cards based on a dice roll. Forgotten Realms has a lot of that, just rolling dice and seeing what happens. Temple of the Dragon Queen. I think this is a... What do I want to... I'm not going to reveal a dragon because I don't need to use it right now. So I'll decline that. And this is a black-blue deck. I see mostly black in the hand, so make that. Temple of the Dragon Queen can be any color. And let's drop in a blue in case we want to use Shock and Grasp. And we got another Contact Other Plane. I should just remove this from this deck because 4 mana card. I don't know, whatever. Grim Bounty is just brutal. It's expensive, but brutal. Great. That's just great. This is not looking good for the kid. Although Power Word Kill could do the job. Okay, so that's not the worst. Power Kill is an instant. So let's hold on to this stuff for now. Yeah. We're going to hold on to it and then see what happens here. Any day now, Echo Wolf. You got enough cards there? Okay. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, something happens. Good. That's great. So we're getting them to waste some time on their Luminarch Aspirant. So let's kill it. Great. I'm glad we held on to that. Mordenkainen, I've not really found him to be too useful in the way that I play, which is impatiently. So, okay, let's bring in Ebondeath. Why not? Well, actually, that's a flash card, which means that I can play it any time. So again, let's wait on this. With the Fearless Fledgling, it gains flying, so he's the Fearless Fledgling is probably going to attack this turn, and Echo Wolf, they're going to attack, which means I could play could play Shocking Grasp, or it could play Ebon Death. But it'll enter tap, so I'm just going to wait until the end of the turn to do that. Just take the 2 damage. And now it should untap at the beginning of my turn. Perfect. So we're in really good shape here. I think I'll save the Grim Bounty to see if they have a creature or a planeswalker that comes out. Okay. Great. I'll play Contact Other Plane on their turn, as well as Shocking Grasp. I'm just gonna have to take that 3 damage if they choose to do so. Oh no, I hate this. Portal Hole, yeah, it's gonna exile my Ebon Death. Can I do anything about it? Nope. I don't think I have much artifact removal in this. Oh, mana value 2 or less. Why would they play that now? Huh. Okay. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. Exile it. Now is when I need to use that Grim Bounty. Okay. Shoot. I'll use it next turn. I think I'm going to take the 3 damage. And then I will contact Other Plane to draw as many cards as it lets me. Yeah, 15, not bad. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. I could definitely use the island, but I'm not going to contact Another Plane again right now. Okay, Find a Villain's Lair is a great one. Either countering a spell or draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Play this. I'm going to play the Grim Bounty to Skyclave Apparition. And then I get a treasure to add mana of any color. Let's see, how do I okay, fine, whatever. How do I cast? Okay, anyway. I think next turn I'll be able to cast Ebon Death. Oh, from your graveyard. Not if it's exiled. That's too bad. So, obviously I'm going to use this to counter their spell. Using treasure. Okay. Let's attack with this illusion and see what happens. If they block it or whatever. Don't want to spend that Grim Bounty just yet. Let's bring Mordenkainen out.
Fools like you barely deserve my attention.
I feel like I need more cards right now, so let's do that.
The entire multiverse is my library.
Get rid of Shocking Grasp. Definitely like having that Power Word Kill and Grim Bounty in my hand. Remind myself what his 10 cost. Exchange your hand and library, then shuffle. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. Yeah, I haven't really found that to be useful in this deck, but you know, I'm probably doing it wrong. And they exiled my tap creature. Great. Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. Okay. Well, let's get rid of this Fearless Fledgling. And then draw cards.
To
Oh my god.
control, one must first.
So typical. Get rid of one of these swamps. And then we'll just hang out. This has been my issue with, I don't know if it's the random number generator or what, but like, I feel like I get in these modes with Arena where in the middle of the battle, I just get like 5 lands in a row, and it's just like, oh my god, what am I even going to do here? Right now I have 0 offense. Okay. Any day now. Could use like a creature card. Okay. Pretty soon I'm going to use Mordenkainen's Exchange Your Hand in Library. Oh, I see. I'm not kidding. That was like how many lands in a row? Like 6. What would I have? Let's put one of these islands. I guess we'll just wait here until we can use Mordenkainen. I mean, like, you can't. I'm being too hard on him because obviously, if I get to use my entire library of 40 cards, like that'll be pretty insane. Yeah, if the Stonebinder's familiar knows what they're doing, they will attack Mordenkainen. So that I'll have to discard him if I use the 10 cost ability. And I will not allow them to do that. Sorry, Echo Wolf. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me first play a land. Let's do it. This is gonna be insane. Okay.
No spell eludes me.
Oh my god. Yeah, maybe I just haven't done this correctly. This is kind of insane. Let's put out Amrith. And let's put out... Who else do we have here? Another Even Death. Which we'll save for the next turn. Emrith is great because it has Ward 4, meaning they have to pay 4 more mana to be targeted. Okay, maybe I haven't given Mordenkainen enough credit because this is insane. And let's see, where's that one that allows me to counter their spell? There you go. I have every card. It's ridiculous. Okay, this got a little insane. Okay, can I kill it? Yeah, why not? Sorry. But I have all the cards. I don't remember if I have anything with haste. Now would be a really good time. As you can tell, I've not memorized what cards are in this deck. Actually, I haven't played it for a while. Might as well bring even Death out, though. Anybody else here, or just dragons, I guess? Yeah, not great for other types of characters. Mostly control. Whatever. We're done next turn, unless you got something brewing, Echo Wolf. Can I counter that? Do I have a counter spell? Yep. Okay, this has gotten kind of out of hand. I'm sorry, Echo Wolf. Yes, I agree with your assessment to jump ship, because that's not very friendly. So yeah, we got another win out of that one. So that's fun. Let's. That was kind of insane. I clearly have not given Mordenkainen enough credit before, but I guess maybe I need to read the card text a bit more in depth. That is nuts. Let's do one more pre-made. So I can take credit for the blue-black ninjas that we put out there first. I cannot take credit for this Dimir control deck, nor this. So this is a Magic the Gathering Arena Zone Samurai deck, black-red. Actually, it's a white. It's a white-red deck with, I think, just 1 or 2 black cards in it. I don't really love this one, and I have played it several times trying to get it to work. But it operates based on the different samurai in the Kamigawa set that gain some sort of ability or have some sort of benefit if only one creature attacks during the turn, which is a big thing that happened with Kamigawa. I want to love it, but I haven't been able to make it sync up very well. I also created my own deck based on black-red. I'm sorry, no, white-red. But it didn't do any better than this one, so let's see. I also had too many legendaries in the deck, which means, and you can only play one like legendary creature of the same type at a time. So I was just like sitting with a bunch of these in my hand. And once again, I just did not get the lands that I need. It's a little better, but I don't like my chances of drawing a red, but you know what? We're just going to have to deal with it. This is nice because it has Kamigawa and Adventures in the Forgotten Realms and some other stuff too. Let's get rid of one of these Maul of the Sky Claves. Obvious move here is to get my Paladin class out. Classes work basically as enchantments that do stuff as you spend more mana on them. So right now spells my opponent Rusty 88 casts during my turn cost 1 more to cast, which is great. A Swamp and a Selfless Samurai. So this is kind of a support card. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn. Or I could sacrifice it, so another creature gains indestructible. Or do none of those things. Okay, there's our red. Don't remember what Ishin does. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. That's awesome. Oh, and it's 3/4. Nice. Oh, that's mean. Venturing into the dungeon, one of the things that came with Adventures in the Forgotten Realms is certain cards allow you to enter a dungeon and then gain certain benefits or penalties based on your progress through that dungeon. And some cards depend upon, so like here's Tomb of Annihilation Dungeon. Some cards require you to have completed a dungeon to gain some benefit. Okay, this is where things are going to get kind of sceney. So let's start with Ryu Storm's Edge. Remember a samurai where control attacks alone, untap it if it's the first combat phase of the turn. There's an additional combat phase. So Ishin is going to attack twice. And then because of this card, that triggers twice. That's insane. That is just insane. So, rule of thumb, people, don't create your own decks. Just get them online. Nighthawk Scavenger, Flying Death Touch, and Lifelink. Jeez. Okay, that's ugly. So this is going to be great. All the Skyclaves. Going to attach it to Ishin again. And now it has flying and first strike. And we're going to attack. And this is going to go really insanely. So it has first strike, so Deathless does nothing. And then we just finish the game here. Okay, so that was a little insane. I'm really sorry, Rusty88. Okay, well, I expected to come into this video and lose 3 times in a row. I was at least expecting to lose with the deck that I created. But I'm glad that I played one of my own decks rather than all premades because that was a little insane. You know, the thing about Arena that I found is that once you start winning with premades, or just winning at all, the matchmaking will be such that you will start going against more experienced players or players with more comprehensive decks. And so, you know, you might not expect to win 3 times in a row, even with premades. But the cool thing is that there are... if you look at, well, let me go back to play, and then this will just show the decks that are now available to me. That these are ones I can play in standard play. I can't play the ones that are historic or they have banned cards or whatever. But like if you wanted to play pretty much any color combination, you could do with the decks that just come standard with Magic the Gathering Arena, like this white-green deck. We can just take a look at. This is provided by Wizards of the Coast, and it has they'll give you the cards, and they have a bunch of the cards from Adventures from the Forgotten Realms, like Dritz is in here, and some other stuff. They tend to not be the most powerful decks. They're like middle of the road decks in terms of their power. So you if you try to play them against premades, or if you're playing them against someone who really knows what they're doing and has created a really powerful deck, your mileage certainly may vary, but they'll get you to be more familiar with how the current meta works and different things. Just card familiarization is so useful, as well as mechanic familiarization. Like this one, Armed and Dangerous, one of the premades that's supplied with the game, and has Burner Battlehammer, who helps you in attaching equipment to creatures much easier. And this is a great deck to start with if you want to start working with equipment or just learn the ropes of the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms red-white cards. So you probably want to start with something like this, and then you can try out creating your own decks or downloading them from online. I'm not like hip enough with the Magic scene to know whether downloading premades and playing them in ranked or any other format, if that's like a big taboo because you haven't created your own. But I don't really care. I'm just, playing to have fun. I'm not trying to win competitions or anything. So and of course, if you're into drafts and you prefer doing that rather than creating a pre-made and gaining experience with that or other modes, you can certainly do that here in Arena. So yeah, that's Magic the Gathering Arena. I hope you've enjoyed our adventure today. It turned out a lot better than I expected, let me tell you, for a number of reasons. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel for more. You can also follow me on Twitter or head to nightpathpub.com to check out my own card games and role-playing games and my books and novels and all that sort of stuff, or join us on Discord to chat about your own Magic the Gathering experience and your card game and game development experience. And otherwise, we'll see you soon.